Destiny was a little bit different than Triumph for the band in terms of producing it all themselves, writing everything themselves. Than the last one, than Triumph.
Was Destiny a little bit different for you guys because you produced the album, wrote the songs?
Well, we did also on Destiny.
The whole thing?
Sure. So I think the difference is in progress, in learning. I think each album you get better. But we wrote all the songs on Destiny except one song, Blame It on the Boogie. With Triumph, I think it's we accomplished a lot of different things we've learned since Destiny. Destiny was the beginning, and Triumph is like what we've accomplished since then. We have more freedom, and we're doing more arrangement, trying different creative things, different sounds, all kind of things like that now.
So you feel you've progressed a long way from like Gamble Huff? I mean, was that a period for the Jacksons that you just went beyond that? I mean, you just wanted to produce yourselves? Did you feel they did a good job with the Jacksons?
Did you feel that Gamble and Huff did a good job with the Jacksons?
Well, yes, but I attribute a lot of that to the Motown days too, because I feel Motown was a great school. You have some of the greatest writers in the world: Holland Dozier Holland, Hal Davis, the Corporation, which involved Franz Mazel Dietrich, Berry Gordy. I think everybody learned from Motown, even the Beatles and their interviews. Acknowledge Motown, the Tamla Motown days they call it, and that influenced them to write some of their songs. But I see all that as a whole, and from that learning experience is what we're doing now. We grew from that.
You feel that you couldn't have stayed with Motown through this whole span? In other words, why leave Motown? I mean,
it gets more involved into more than just a career.
Business.
As far as there's a business side to everything. But to comment on what Michael said, with those old Martha Reed songs and the Temptations and Supreme songs, there's not too many records that you could still play on your turntable today and still sound like hits.
Absolutely.
And those records still sound like hits today.
Yes, plus it's all about growing. I mean, like that's why we want to leave Motown. You want to try different things, you want to grow. It's like the caterpillar must come out of the cocoon and be a butterfly. We have to try different things and grow and become all those different colors and elements and things like that. It's we've always wanted to write on Motown. It was never in our contract, and we could have changed our contract at Motown, but I don't think people had confidence in us. They didn't believe in us. They say, "Oh, you guys just kids." And we go behind the mic and we'd sing, but it was good. They were hits, as long as they were hits, fine. But
it's working now.
Yes, working now. I think they wish they had them listen.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, you can really sense a growth as players and songwriters. I mean, you've obviously been learning all the time. I mean, you can look back and say, well, maybe we could have done that better, or look at the new tunes and say,
well, the old songs were hits then, and I don't know about doing them better, or you really can't say, because that was a learning experience for us that time, and now is the results. So, but I wish we had a chance to express ourselves back then.
Can you talk a little bit about how a Jackson song evolves? I noticed on the new album, basically you two did, I believe, most of the writing, and the last album it was you and one of the other brothers, and on the last record it was like most of the stuff was credited to the Jacksons. I'm just wondering, does somebody come in with a basic form, and is it just, kind of shuffled around, let's try this, and here's an arrangement, or does somebody come in with pretty much a finished song?
Well, I think we all just we write separately, and also we write collectively, and we all just take our product, put it in one pot, and listen. We have listening sections, and that's mainly how it's done.
Yeah, they come about different ways all the time. Like Tito was playing a track for me at his house one day. I said, God, I like that. And from that, I thought of a good melody for it. and it was on the album.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any writer sits down at the piano and says, I'm going to write a song right now.
It's going to be number one.
Yeah, you can't do that.
No.
They come, they write you, they become you. It's like, I don't think Michelangelo or, Da Vinci would go to the canvas and say, I'm going to create the Mona Lisa right now or whatever. It just comes, and you just have to accept that. They work through you. You don't choose them.
So by the time you're in the studio, then is it pretty much set though what the song structure is?
By the time you guys are in the studio, is it pretty set what the song is that you are gonna do?
Well, yes and no, really. It depends, doesn't it?
It depends. You can go in with one idea
And change it, doesn't it?
And one thing, piano player might take the song somewhere else,
Right.
do a lick. You say, hey, everybody do that lick.
Right.
So you never know. Or you may hear something while you're listening back. So it's hard to say. I mean, I think one of the key things to a hit song or whatever is spare moment things that happen. Things that's
Right.
unplanned things.
Right, spontaneous. That's,
You
yeah.
know?
Yeah, that's the best. Norman Whitfield in Motown, he used to always do that. He'd throw a bunch of musicians in a room and he'd say, play. He'd play. And then from that, he'd come up with a hit. And so he wrote Papa Was a Rolling Stone and a lot of those big hits back then. And then what would happen, he would get into trouble because a lot of the musicians would want residuals and percentage. You'd think, you didn't write this, we did. But he got in a lot of hot water doing that. But a lot of songs come up the best way that way. You kind of play off of each other and feel it. Let it just work itself.
Do you play any instruments? Because you obviously do a lot of the writing, Michael.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do you play any instruments?
How do you compose? I mean,
Well, like Jermaine and Tito, they play guitar, and Randy plays a lot of instruments. I don't really play an instrument. I play drums.
You do play an instrument.
Just a teensy-weensy bit of piano.
He plays enough to write hits.
Yeah. See, but I think I have I think the mind is enough alone because I hear what I want.
you can hear it and you can
I have a
sing it
whole
to somebody.
orchestra up here, a whole orchestra, and I hear it, and I interpret it to musicians, and they put it down. It's like Stevie, he doesn't write music or read music, nor does Paul McCartney, and he still can't today. You just feel it, really.
Yeah. Does a Jackson's vocal track, the final track, take long? I mean, to come up with the final product. I mean, is there lots of let's do it again, let's try it again, let's try it again, or is it like usually first take with the band?
Does the Jacksons' vocal tracks take long to come up?
For our vocals?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like for you to come up with a final vocal on a track. I mean, is it hours and hours?
It depends on the song.
Depends.
Yeah.
Depends. It depends on the song. Some songs are easy. Some songs you can sing them through once. Some songs take 2 days.
Yeah, it depends. Some songs I'll have the musicians to put it down. I find out that it's the wrong key completely, and I can't read certain notes, so I have to go all the way back out and do it. That's when it's stupid. You just get angry. I know everybody gets mad at me, but you can't do anything.
Can't do anything about it. You have to do it over.
Yeah. But what's good about that also is when you do it again, the song becomes better also. We get better takes. Yeah. I think, did we do that with Shake Your Body or Things I Do For You? That's what it was on Destiny album. It depends though. Every song is different.
I'm sorry?
Every song is different, like he said.
Did you approach your solo record any differently than you would the Jacksons record?
Did you approach your solo record any differently than you did the Jacksons record?
That's neat, isn't it?
It sort of softens the light.
I've never seen one like that. Have you, Tito? Just built on like that. That's really great.
Well, actually, this thing comes off, but it's more flattering. Usually I use umbrellas and everything, but
I've never seen it. It's your idea?
No, it's the Flashes company's idea.
Thank you for your time. Thank you, Michael. Good seeing you again.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
God bless.
See ya. What was your question? What did he say?
I forgot.
Did you approach your solo record any different than you would a Jacksons record?
I guess. Oh, thank you. What did it do? Something about you. Yes, I do, really, because I don't think they should sound alike. When people buy a Jackson's album, I think they should buy a group album. When they buy my album, I think it should have a different soloist type sound to it, a different type of sound completely. And when they come to the concert, I think they should hear like it's two different acts. When they come to the concert, they should have the attitude like they're going to see the Jacksons and a Michael Jackson concert because of my solo songs and the Jacksons hits and the Jackson 5. So they're seeing three groups really. And if when
And Jermaine.
yeah, and Jermaine travels with us, which we
does
hope
he?
he does. We prayed that they'll hear Jermaine and Tita. So it's like that's what's good about doing solo work. And they scream out what they want to hear, and we say, all right. That's real fun. But in the show, we have a section where I do my solo stuff. I put on my tuxedo and get into it.
Funky tuxedo.
Funky tuxedo. Really?
Do you have any plans for any more solo records?
Do you have any plans for any more solo albums?
Well, I guess so, because the public kind of demands once they enjoy something, and it was very successful. And but I wouldn't do it soon. No, not soon. No, 1982.
Yeah.